Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and I am attempting to work on my Holly Hobby journal cover. So let me just go ahead and put out a disclaimer. I have never done this before, so it is something brand new that I'm trying. Not sure how it's going to work, but we're going to try it. So here's my cover. I want to use a hardback book because I want it to be a good quality book. I want it to have a hardback cover, good solid journal for whoever gets the journal. So I wanted to use one of my little pillowcase images from the Holly Hobby collection. I had a couple people who had sent me some really pretty pillowcases, and I've cut up 2 of them already, and this is the one I have finally settled on. So I think this is going to fit the cover quite nicely. The tricky part is, as you can see through this fabric to the actual cover of the book. So I have this, I think this is called duck cloth. I'm not positive about that, but I believe it's called duck cloth. Basically what this is was an old shower curtain that I had. You know, it's the curtain that goes outside the liner, like the decorative curtain. And so I've ripped a piece that is a little larger than the size of the cover. And I'm going to attempt, because I think if I put this down first and then I put this down, then it's going to cover the images on the book, on the actual book cover. So what I need to do, and then after I do this, I want to add fabric, like, I'll kind of give you an idea. I just want to kind of lay fabric on here, kind of like this, and do like a patchwork cover on this cover. So it's going to kind of do something like this, kind of like the pockets that I made, but I just want it to be the whole cover. So this may or may not see the light of day. It's according to how it goes and it's according to how it works, but I thought I would try it just because I want something really different for this cover. So what I'm trying to figure out here is, because this is going to wrap around the book and so is this, so I want to make sure that I get this sewn in the correct spot on the cover. And I think I can take these off now. I had to build my spine, but I think it's good and dry now, and those are in the way, so take those off and get them out of the way. So, I'm just trying to get a guide of where this is going to sit for it to be in the middle. And what I probably should do is pin it into place before I move it to take it to the sewing machine to sew it on. So, and then what I'm going to do, once I sew this on and get my quilted part done, then I'm going to glue this to the cover. It'll be wrapped around the cover, and then on the inside I have some different fabric that I'm going to do as the cover on the inside. So I think if we do it like this, I want to make sure that it's not into the spine. And I also want to make sure I have enough of this to wrap around. And I think I do. So I'm going to slide this over just a touch, because it's going to need to probably come to the very edge of the book. So there's my top edge. There's my bottom edge. So it just barely fits. So I think what I'm going to do now is grab some pins and pin that in place so that I know exactly where it needs to be sewn on and it doesn't move. Well, that pen is bent. Too funny. Okay. Now, y'all, I am not a seamstress. I am not an expert at sewing. So I'm hoping that I don't have a major debacle here when I start trying to do this. We will see. Okay. I think I'm just going to pin it at the 4 corners, just so I know exactly where it needs to be. Just trying to feel around and make sure that I've got it on my cover where I want it. Okay, so she's pinned down. I think what I might want to do is go ahead and sew her on first so that she doesn't move anywhere, and then I'll come back and do the fabric swatches on the rest of the journal. So hang on just one second and I'm going to sew her on. Okay, we have our cover sewn on, or not our cover, but our Holly Hobby sewn on. And so I think, I don't mind a little bit of this thread, but I don't want it to a point to where it's going to hinder when I fold it. Okay, now that we have that on, let me just get it in place here. So it's going to fold here. And then I'm just playing around with it. This is not going to be how it stays, but, and then it's going to fold there. It's a little bit difficult because, I mean, I could just go ahead and sew on the fabrics, but I want to make sure I get them where I want them. Alright, so here's this beginning of the spine. So I think we're good with that. So I think now, I think I'm going to love this. But I think now what I want to do is go ahead and put my swatches of fabric all over it. So I think we can actually move the book, because I don't think it's going to matter as far as with the swatches of fabric where it is on the book, because I kind of want it to just be random. Okay, so y'all cross your fingers this works. I'm hoping that it's going to work. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Okay, so I have all of these sweet little fabrics here. This, I think, is from an old sheet. So I'm just going to start placing pieces at random on the cover. And I think I'm going to start in this corner over here. Let me scoot it over where you can see what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to use the glue trick again. I think I'm just going to put little bits and pieces of glue, and I may just put them on my little fabric swatches. I'm hoping this works well. Okay. Alright, so you kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. So I think what I'm going to do is pause the video, go ahead and get my fabric swatches laid out, and possibly even sewn on, and then I'll come back and we'll try and put this on the cover. But I might just let the video play for a little bit, because, I mean, we're only at, let me see. We're only at 10 minutes, so we'll just let it play for a minute and see where we get with it. Oh, I guess I need to put some glue. It's a little bit harder to get the glue to stick with it, being fabric to fabric versus fabric to paper. But that's okay, because the glue is not going to really be needed, except for just briefly, until we can get it sewn. Okay. So you see kind of what I'm doing, and I'm kind of taking inspiration from her little dress. You know, it's a little patchwork dress. Now, her little dress is perfect, but mine's not going to be perfect, because I don't want it to be perfect. So I'm just going to place some pieces around here before I keep gluing, and see what all I have, and see what all I want. Kind of like making a quilt, except you don't have to be as precise in doing this as you do when you're making a quilt. I think I want this one over here, and I think I want him up under this. And I think I want him turned this way. If this does what I want it to do, I think it's going to turn out really cute. I'm going to hate myself if once I get these all laid down, when I start gluing, I have a mess to figure out. I'm not going to be happy about it. Okay, I think I want some of this pink and white over here. And I actually think I want it to peek over this so that it gets a little bit on the cover. Because this is, you know, this is going to be the spine right here. I've got a 2-inch spine, so I don't know. Hopefully this is not boring for you guys. I'm trying to not make it boring. But I just thought you might want to see the process and maybe have a little laugh, because I have no clue what I'm doing, just to be completely honest. Alright, I think I'm going to put this one here. Because I don't want them to be perfectly squared. I want them to be kind of random. Very random. And I think maybe I want this one here. I don't know what it is about this fabric that I really, really love. But I do really, really love that fabric. I love the little hearts on it. Okay. You have a little blue piece. That's just kind of plain blue. Maybe we'll put him here. We already have a piece of that. Let's try a piece of him. I'm going for a very kind of shabby type look with this. This one's pretty with the little bitty teeny tiny flowers on it. Ooh, hold on, somebody's at my door. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about the dog barking. She's very protective of Mama, and anytime anybody comes to the door, she's gonna let me know. Alright, let's see. I think I want him here. Maybe I'll scoot him over a little. I think I want him up under this. So it's just a little peek of that blue. And then definitely want a piece of this, but I don't know if I want a piece this big. Let me see. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's pretty. Okay. And then I really, really love this fabric right here. It's super pretty. So maybe I'll put him there. I want to be sure I've got good coverage though, because it's going to be, you know, if it stretches across the cover, I want to make sure it doesn't have any gaps. So maybe we scoot these down. And scoot that back over a little. Scoot that right there. I do want to cover this because I don't want that blue showing, which this will be folded around, so I'm not worried about that, but I do want this blue right here covered. So let me find. That one's cute. I could do that one there. So then I just need a few pieces to fill in over here, and then we can sew. Okay, I went over to my little drawer and I found some other little fabrics that I want to incorporate into here. I should probably put the lid on my glue because I want some pinks and some purples over here close to Holly Hobby. So let's take this piece. I'm going to take this piece here, this piece here. I'm going to move this piece. I'm going to put that piece right there. I think I might move this piece over here. It's like a puzzle. It's like putting a puzzle together. Okay. Because I want some pretty pinks and blues over here. I think I want a bigger piece of this though. That's really pretty. I might put it up here and put this one down here. I really love this one. I think I'm going to need to rip a little piece of this one. maybe I'll put that piece there. Not sure how this is going to work, guys, but we're going to try it. I don't want to cover all of this brown because it's pretty. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I know it's kind of a large cover, so it's bigger than what I can fit in my camera frame. Okay, well, I am stumped here. I think I'm going to cut this in half. That way it doesn't cover all this pretty brown. Okay, and then I need a piece for here. Let's do a little strip of this. Because it doesn't need to be a huge piece, it just needs to be a little bitty strip here. I can't tell if this is upside down or not. And I don't want the Holly Hobby. I want that to stay there. So maybe we'll do it like that. Okay, let me just take a step back and peek at it, see what I think. I think we need a little piece right here. Just a tiny piece. So I'm just going to do a tiny piece of this yellow, just to give it a little bit of a pop of color. Like that. Now what I also want to do is I have this little bag of snippets that I got from Cricut, and I thought I would add some pieces here and there onto this little cover just randomly, but I don't want them to look weird on here either. Some cute little doily pieces. Kind of like a snippet, I guess. I don't know. We're going to play with it and see. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. And then I have this cute little flowers. And then these are just little snippet pieces that Cricut, I guess, had cut from little doilies and stuff. but I don't want too many. I don't know. Maybe I just need little tiny pieces. Like little pieces like this or something. Let me see. But is that going to add too much bulk to the back of the book when somebody's trying to journal in it? That's going to be the question. I don't know. I don't think I like it. I think it's too much, and I think it takes away from the quilted look. So let's just take those off. Yes, this is how I do things. I put it down, I look at it, mull on it for a minute, and I usually take it off. Okay, so now we are ready to start gluing. I'm just going to kind of tack these pieces down with a little glue and take them over to the sewing machine and sew them on, and then we'll come back and see if we can get her on our book. So hang on a second, guys. Okay. I have the sewing done, I think, so I'm just going to go through here and snip off any thread snippets that I'm seeing on the cover, and then we're going to try and see if we can wrap this baby on our book, or our book cover. The book's not done yet, but it's getting there, little by little. It's a process, and you know what? I decided I'm going to enjoy the process, because a lot of times I feel like I'm in a hurry, especially if I'm doing a custom order for somebody. You know, I don't want them sitting waiting on me. You know, I don't want them to have to sit and go, okay, is she ever going to get done with my book? So I usually try to kind of drop everything, and you know, I work specifically on that custom order. And sometimes, you know, you feel rushed when you have to do that, and you don't enjoy it as much. You enjoy it, but you don't enjoy it as much. So, I am having fun with this process, because I have decided that no matter what, I'm going to have fun with this process. Whoops. Okay, that one's attached. Sometimes I can't tell if these little strings are attached or not. And I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter on the back of this, but I don't want it to hinder the glue or the adhesive or whatever it is I'm going to use to attach it to the cover, which is my next decision that I'm going to need to make. It'll be the next part of the process, so I don't know. I'm thinking Fabri-Tac, but I'm still thinking that I should sand the book cover just to make sure that we do get a good grip on the journal. So what do you guys think? Do you like that? So I'm going to bring the cover over real quick. I'm not going to put it on right now. But I am just going to kind of lay it here like this, and just kind of get an idea, because I'm sure you guys don't want to have to watch me go through the process of gluing and all that good stuff, but I did think I thought you might enjoy the process of me. I literally actually thought you might get a kick out of me trying to figure this process out, because I haven't ever done it before, so I thought it might actually be comical. Hasn't turned out to be such. Of course, y'all may be sitting there going, ha ha, you're an idiot. I don't think you are, but I mean, if you are, hey, if you have any suggestions of something easier I could or could have done or shouldn't have done or whatever, leave them in the comments section below. So yeah, this is kind of the idea for the cover, and I'm not going to show you the finished cover yet because I want you to be surprised, and I'm sure you don't want to sit here and and watch the crazy process of me trying to figure out how to get this cover on this hardcover book. So, but anyways, I just thought I would share this little process with y'all. This is my idea, so hopefully it'll come out good. And we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe, and leave any comments or questions you have below. And thanks for watching. I love y'all real big.